This is the Khoodeelaar television channel being broadcast only on the internet, not on satellite, not on terrestrial, not on cable platforms. This is the Khoodeelaar television channel being broadcast only on the internet. This is the Khoodeelaar television channel being broadcast on Monday, 13th of January 2025. This edition is continuing our world exclusive original diagnostic, ethical, moral, transparent commentary on the state of Bangladesh being the target of sustained looting and thuggery criminality fronted by the gang identified with the regime of Sheikh Hasina. Sikh is a word not a part of the name, but Sikh is a description of the state of destruction, degeneration, corruption, poverty, impoverishment that millions have been subjected to in Bangladesh under the corrupt frontage of Sheikh Hasina. Sheikh Hasina was installed to the leadership of the so-called Awami League, which is now defunct, by the corrupt clique that wanted to create a myth of supremacy associated with the name Mujibur Rahman. Now, in the 15 years that she was in position of power, Sheikh Hasina created literally thousands of signboards, placards, banners that were focused on enhancing the name of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman and identifying him falsely as the best human being ever. One man who is now deceased and was a self-proclaimed supporter of Sheikh Hasina's father, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, wrote a piece in a Bangladeshi language outlet, I would say about 35 years ago in London, comparing Sheikh Mujibur Rahman with the Prophet of Islam, Muhammad, peace be on him. Astaghfirullah. That is the extent of the brainwashing, corruption, criminality that led to the remnants of the Awami League following the 15th of August 1975 assassination, murder, coup, call it whatever you will, of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. Installation of Sheikh Hasina solely capitalizing on the name of the late Sheikh Mujibur Rahman and overhyping the biological fact of her being one of his children. Since she became the leader of the now defunct and exposed Awami League, whose invitation I rejected in 1963 to 1965. In that period, I was approached by more than one member of the Awami League to join as a member. And I declined because I said that the Awami League was not an independent party of then East Pakistan during 1963 and 65. Because the Awami League was a name created on the basis of a stolen name that originally had been called the Awami Muslim League. And I said that the Awami League was an extension of the agenda of Hindutva, Brahminism, that was predominantly in place through whoever was in power in next door India, the Republic of India. And I said that the Awami League was not independent. Now I said that 10 years before 16th of December 1971, when the Republic of India was the first state to recognize the state of Bangladesh as an independent state. So Sheikh Hasina, during the 15 years that she was in power non-stop, from 2008 until the 5th of August 2004, when she was deposed, she was toppled, she was ousted, she was forced to flee. In those 15 years, she corrupted Bangladesh beyond comparison. Comparison with the slogan, 20 টাকা মন, 20 টাকা মন, 20 টাকা মন ধরে চাউল চাই. Now that was the slogan that the Awami League in 1966, in the 1960s, created that slogan, shouted that slogan to justify the claim that it was engaged in a movement for autonomy from the federal state of Pakistan. 20 টাকা মন ধরে চাউল চাই. That was the Bangla language slogan. 20 টাকা মন ধরে চাউল চাই, which was the focus, which was the main measure to compare prices in East Pakistan, which is now Bangladesh, and West Pakistan, which since 16th of December 1971 has had its own federal structure revised. Now, that means that the autonomy, what was called the provincial autonomy for East Pakistan, was based mainly on the demand that economically the people of East Pakistan were the subject of disparity, negative disparity in comparison with the people of West Pakistan. Disparity, autonomy, 20 টাকা মন ধরে চাউল চাই. These are reminders, absolute reminders, which must be used as criteria to dissect, diagnose the corruption, the embezzlement, the theft, the looting that Sheikh Hasina fronted. And according to news reports published during the last 2 days, Sunday, Saturday, and today, Monday, the 13th of January 2025, Sheikh Hasina has been issued with the latest accusation by the interim regime in Bangladesh, fronted by Muhammad Yunus, with a list of allegations concerning the allocation of land in the Purvachal zone in Dhaka, the capital of Bangladesh, to herself, her sister Sikrehanna, her sister's daughter Tulip Siddiq, her sister's younger daughter Azmina, her sister's son Radwan, Hasina's own son Sajib Wajid Joy, Hasina's own daughter Saima Wajid. Land that was allocated to these family members, not to the people of Bangladesh, but they were stolen. The land, the plots were stolen from the people of Bangladesh. So this is the latest brief statement of the allegations published. In the Times today, the London Times, owned by Rupert Murdoch, today, that is Monday the 13th of January 2025, on the front page there is a story about flyers being found in the palace, and I use the word palace within quotation marks, the palace of Sheikh Hasina when she was in power until the 5th of August 2024. Flyers have been found, political party election campaign flyers have been found in Dhaka, thousands of miles from London, that belong to Tulip Siddiq's political career and her political candidature, electoral candidature for election in the London Borough of Camden as a councillor and later as a member of parliament in the Camden Borough of London. She, of course, is incumbent member of parliament in the same constituency overall that was represented by the now deceased Glenda Jackson. Now, in the years that Glenda Jackson was a member of parliament, she campaigned against corruption. She campaigned vocally against corruption, against lack of transparency, etc., etc. Contrast that with the years that Tulip Siddiq has become the MP for the approximately corresponding the same constituency that Glenda Jackson had represented. What is she in the news about? She's in the news about as a liar. Even the Mail on Sunday has accused her of having lied to it. And other newspapers have repeated the claim by the Mail on Sunday that Tulip Siddiq had lied to them. She has said, and again it's a lie, which has been exposed as another lie, that she had seized, or she no longer had, or she never had, depending on who she was speaking to or who was quoting her or reporting her, with the Bangladesh Awami League. But that's a lie. She never ceased to be a member of the central core clique fronted by Sheikh Hasina, her mother's elder sister. And there is a list, the gallery of properties that are online, accessible online through the news outlet independent.co.uk, there are properties that amount to, in terms of the value, the market value, millions of pounds. She has either lived in them or she has been allowed the use of them, she and her sister, Azmina. Another thing about Azmina, strangely, as a very young person, she became a member of the clique of Tony Blair, the adulterous Tony Blair, who slept with Wendy Dang, at the time still married to Rupert Murdoch. Now, what on earth did Tony Blair find in Azmina Siddiq to recruit her as one of his foundation's operatives? Very dodgy indeed. Very dodgy indeed. So the defiant stance that reportedly has been taken by Keir Starmer, who is a member of parliament for another constituency in the London Borough of Camden, another parliamentary constituency in the London Borough of Camden, another parliamentary constituency from the London Borough of Camden. Now, Keir Starmer is the second MP after Frank Dobson was in post for many years. Now, the connection with Frank Dobson and the Bangladeshis takes the narrative to straight to Tower Hamlets. In Tower Hamlets, there has been, not currently in post, but there has been an incumbent careerist called Abbas Uddin alias Halal. Now, Abbas Uddin alias Halal has insulted the people of Bangladeshi background in Tower Hamlets by repeatedly giving platform to Frank Dobson while Frank Dobson was alive. And Frank Dobson lied to enhance the little career of Abbasuddin alias Halal, who was condemned in Private Eye in October 2010 in the Private Eye Rotten Boroughs column as halal dead meat, which actually completed the disastrous end of his career as a candidate to become the mayor at the expense of the people of Tower Hamlets. And it was because of Abbas Uddin alias Halal, dubbed Halal dead meat by the Private Eye Rottenborough's column, that the crooked liar Lutfur Rahman is in place now as incumbent mayor at the expense of the people of Tower Hamlets. Abbasuddin alias Halal discredited the campaign against the imposition of the post of elected mayor in Tower Hamlets. And we have extensively detailed Abbasuddin alias lying and lies, because while he was posing for a few months only as being against the imposition of the post of elected mayor, he was privately canvassing Labour Party members to vote for him as a candidate for the Labour Party to become the mayor at the expense of Tower Hamlets. That kind of grotesque, gross lying and dishonesty is linkable with the lies and dishonesty of Tulip Siddiq. Because Abbasuddin alias Halal is among the corrupt supporters of the agenda, the narrative, and the operations in the United Kingdom of the agenda of Sheikh Hasina fronted Awami League. And these are the people that are colluded or are complicit with all the corruption that went on within the Labour Party in Tower Hamlets. They repeatedly sabotaged time after time after time. They repeatedly sabotaged the community's interest in order to further the agenda dictated to them by Sheikh Hasina herself. Sheikh Hasina is not or has not been a remote figure in context of the Bangladeshi politics, abusing and exploiting, misleading, misinforming the Bangladeshi origin, Bangladeshi community in the United Kingdom. We shall be continuing all of these updates in due course. This is 21 minutes and few seconds at 1944 hours GMT in London on Monday, the 13th of January 2025.